You're listening to the Manifesting Miracles podcast. By tuning in today, you're dialing into your frequency of abundance. I'm Michelle J. Lamont, your manifestation master and guide. Ever since 2016, I've been obsessively dedicating my life to uncovering, dissecting, and analyzing every aspect of the practices and modalities in which we call manifestation. You see, you are truly more powerful than you can even imagine and fully capable of manifesting miracles on the daily. I'm going to teach you how to attract a life beyond your wildest dreams using your own divine power. So let's get started manifesting your miracles right now. Welcome. It is time for us to be aligned, my friends. My fellow spiritual seekers, my name is Michelle Juanita Lamont, and you are tuned in to the best, the most precise, the most informative, the most powerful, and the most talented teacher of manifesting there is right now, me, Michelle Juanita fucking Lamont. And I say this because I understand how powerful we are, you and I as a collective, and I have been dedicating my life since 2016, putting in hours and hours behind the scene, going back to school, researching, going to retreats after retreats after retreats, working with coaches like myself, traveling the world in order to be an informed, educated, and powerful creator. And I used all those techniques and practices to manifest this amazing life. And I want to use this podcast to teach you exactly how to do it yourself and creating digital courses, live courses, and one-on-one coaching to get very specific for you to manifest your miracles. But today, my spiritual love bugs, we are going to dive deep into using crystals to manifest money, and specifically abundance, and specifically understanding that crystals are not just something that we need to put in our house to make it look like we're spiritual. Oh, look at all my pretty shiny rocks. No. They're not going to look pretty in a quarter, although they do look pretty in a quarter. I'm going to give them that. They're actually scientific value to these crystals. They're not just, shiny little beautiful objects that we're going to keep in our home. They actually have power. It turns out these little guys are not just for energy rituals. They're like in everything. First off, these magical rocks like quartz are used in our phones and computers, making sure that you and I do not miss a single update on TikTok and keep everything running on time. It's like having a tiny rock-based personal assistant in your pocket, and we thought they were just pretty. No, they have power, y'all. They have power. I wanted to give you a list of all of the ways that in a real world time, we cannot argue, crystals are being used in real time. And you're saying like, okay, they may have properties that are used in these applications. And that's why you want to dismiss the use of crystals for anything. But fuck you, because hold on. If the properties that these specific uses are being used for are working, why wouldn't the properties that we want for our specific works just the same? Mind bender. So I want you to take off your tin hat, and I want you to pick up your Manifesting Miracles show mug that you bought to support the podcast. And I want you to listen to a few of the ways that science is using crystals without talking about it, without making a big thing, because if in a 3D matrix, all of the sleeping giants awaken, that's you, my friend. That's you right there, hitting play every Wednesday when this podcast comes on. That's you right there tapping into your divine power. Quartz crystals. Let's start with that. They're used in, have you ever heard of quartz crystals in your watches? Look at your, if you wear a watch that isn't an Apple Watch, but guess what? There's a quartz crystal in that. a real timepiece, they used quartz crystals for their ability to generate precise frequency. It's based it's the frequency that the crystal is giving off, and it's the same frequency that's used in computers and in smartphones, and it's like the oscillators to control the clock and the frequencies of the processors. Well, what else are they using it in? Radio transmitters and receivers, devices that generate and emanate signals. Everything uses crystal frequency. And what about optical devices? Sure. Sapphires and rubies are used for cutting medical instruments. So that next time you don't have to do any kind of surgery on your gallbladder, your kidney, that was a sapphire or a ruby that was used using its properties to slice and dice and remove things from your body without ever cutting you open. Hello. And what about barcode scanners? Crystals, all right? Medical technologies, shockwave therapy, including annihilating kidney stones. They can use crystal technology and frequency, hold it over your kidney stones, and obliterate that kidney stone. And they're used in a ton of different medical devices. Okay. Certain crystals are used for data storage, including DVDs and CVDs and transmission wires. Crystals are used for monitor devices. In fact, the space shuttle uses, and all our aeronautical devices use navigation systems and those satellite communication systems. Their applications, the stability, the reasons why they're so precise, it's crystal frequency. Even in our cars, there are automatic sensors that are only applicable with the frequency of crystals. So, if you next time somebody tells you, "Oh, that's so woo-woo, it's a rock," tell them to take their computer and ditch it in the trash. Tell them to never get in a car, never get in a plane, don't get in an helicopter, don't get in anything that has navigation system, because that woo-woo frequency is making sure you get from point A to point B. So if that woo-woo little crystal rock that your weird aunt who has too many dogs or too many cats was using in her corner is now something that can help you manifest money, and you're the only dum-dum on the sideline believing the 3D matrix that that's just a rock, well, this is not the podcast for you. This is a podcast for people who want to be informed, who want to change their vibrational frequency, who they know their guides and their angels said, wait a second, you're not on your path. You're not on your purpose. There is this woman named Michelle Juanita Lamont. And if you would just take a minute out of your day to listen, to hear, and to apply the things that she is teaching and the way that she teaches them, that you too would change your vibrational frequency. And tapping into the power of crystals and understanding when and how to use them will change your life. It's one of the anchors in my new course coming up in May 26th, Into the Mystic. We cover everything about crystals, head to toe. So if you want to know how to transform your life, you better go over to my show notes and click that button that says Into the Mystic. And you can get enrolled right now for just $77 right now. But let's get into what you're going to do to get your crystal energy moving, my love. You don't need to have any special abilities. First, you need to understand that the frequency that emanates in crystals is already powered up. But which ones are really going to help us manifest some money? First, we have to understand how they work. And we understand that they emanate frequency, but we have to first tap into the frequency by clearing the crystal. So the first thing you're going to do is take either your energy field, maybe make an energy bubble, or you can do a crystal you're currently using for other practices and works. You could even use sage if it's appropriate, incense, and in a clockwise direction, you're going to clear all the work that you're going to do prior to using that particular crystal. And then you're going to set an intention. What is the purpose of working with this crystal? What is it supposed to do to emanate more portal energy into your reality? And then the last thing is actually putting it and using it in the right place. So first, let's talk about citrine. We all know that citrine is believed and known as the merchant stone, and it's been used throughout the centuries to attract wealth and prosperity. It suggests that when you energize this particular crystal, it is to help sustain it and attract new money in. Let's talk about the next one. This is the one I have in my money corner. It's a forever go-to for me. It is pyrite. It's often called fool's gold, but pyrite, it looks like a silver diamond reflective energy. Um, I can't tell you. I want to find a pyrite ring and wear it. But it's so beautiful, and it's associated with attracting wealth and abundance. It's believed to foster and to create energy to persuade wealth to find us. How about that? And then malachite. Now, malachite, honey, malachite, this stone is known for its ability to bring about and transform change. It's really recommended to use malachite when you're shifting your financial perspective about attracting money. So what does that mean? So if you've all of a sudden decided that you're a motherfucking money magnet and that everything comes to you easily and you get exactly what you want, then malachite might be the way to work with it. Now, let's talk about how we're going to see the intentions of these crystals. What are some of the ways that we can talk to our crystals and charge it with energy? I'm going to give you a couple of maybe mantras, all right? Money mantras that you will then sit and meditate with your crystal after you've cleared it, after you set your intention with it. You can just create a couple of money mantras for each one. So let's say that you were doing pyrite. You could say, my money works for me. All right. My money works for me. I spend my money because it always comes back to me. I spend my money because it always comes back to me. Okay. I get paid to exist. Money is obsessed with me. Money is obsessed with me. Money always shows up for me. Money is on repeat for me. Money is obsessed with my essence, my energy, and my flow. Money always shows up for me in bigger and bigger amounts. Money always shows up for me in bigger and bigger amounts. No matter what I do, my money is always flowing to me because I get paid to exist. The universe has made money easy for me. Money comes to me in bigger and bigger amounts each and every day. Every time I call money, it comes calling. Now, you can go on a money rant with your crystals and you can decide, and you can charge all of them at the same time. You can do them individually. You can do it however you want. But that is how you're going to set the intention, and whatever your mantra is for that specific crystal, and however it is that that property is going to be working with you, decide. I'm in this money phase, or I'm in this money phase. No, I'm in this money phase. Whatever money phase you are in, you need to align with that specific crystal. And when you're aligned with that specific crystal, you are then going to go ahead and set the intention. Maybe you've just been manifesting parking spots. Maybe you've just been manifesting people calling you. Maybe you're just getting started manifesting. Maybe you have a lot of shadow behind what you're doing, meaning you were raised in some sort of religious upbringing that tells you that anything outside of their teachings and specificity is evil or bad. I want to free you from that matrix. I really do truly believe that as a spiritual leader here on the planet Earth, my one and only job is to create enough options for you to tap into, to see yourself co-collaborating with the Creator. Okay? The only sin is forgetting that you are trapped in this limbo until you decide to align with the divine. And until you get past that point of fear of co-collaborating, fear of creating, fear of coexisting within a Christ consciousness, a divine alignment, you are always going to be stuck in the era of sin and guilt and fear. You're going to feel like an imposter. You're going to feel like you don't belong. It's always going to be separate from you. I see this all the time in my coaching. I get on these 6 weeks to success programs and these calls with people, and I can tell within the first hour of working with you where your limiting belief is. And so much anxiety is trapped in our body, and it prevents our portals of abundance to be flowing. You can use crystals up and down your chakra meridian. Wherever you feel your most fears are, there is a crystal to help you release the shadow side of that money. Money isn't supposed to be something that is kept for 1 or 2% of the entire population of a planet filled with souls, aligned in one collective consciousness. And somehow, this soul deserves more than this soul. And that soul worked harder, so they should have something that this soul doesn't. Well, and that soul over there, they're just a bad seed. And if you are separate from your divine energy, you can't see why in the Bible they harnessed it and put on coats of armor with specific crystals to protect them from demonic forces. Crystals are here to be a useful tool just like money. I don't put a crystal on a pedestal because nothing comes between me and my divine. We are one operating unit. There is no separation. I create in the reality that I am fully God's creature, universal energy. And if you can't understand that you're sitting in your body your entire life and your body is the bridge to you and the divine, then you're going to be trapped in a limited matrix because you have the ability to just call in right now with me. Open up your heart, open up your mind, open up your consciousness. I am the creator of my reality. I invite divine light energy in. I place my hand in my heart and my hand in the sky, and I call in this divine light to bless me, to heal me, to see me. I am not separate from you, and you are not separate from me. And in this infinite wisdom of divine love and divine creation, I call on these specific items to bring me more of the things that will make my existence easier for me to live. And if that comes in the form of crystals, of pyrite, of citrine, of malachite, of jade, of anything, then the intention behind it is that these are tools for you to have the abilities that you already have in your physical form. That's called divine union. And in divine union, you are not separate if you choose to not be separate. You forget that you're a soul. Your own hell is the body, and you're sitting in this vessel your entire life. And you might be asking and begging for things, but you're misunderstanding the use of this incarnation. If money was so important and so valued, why can we not take it with us? What we transfer into the next divine process of our energetic body is what we accumulated in our energy. If you spent your entire incarnation fearing money, you are never a vibrational match to it. So now you got to get out there and work with those crystal grids. Put them in your specific money centers. Wear them on the specific hand for money. Use them in the specific moon cycle. Use it for a specific day of the week. You want to know more? Take my next class into the mystic. You already know which crystals to use. I gave you a list of mantras and sayings that you can use to create the intention for these crystals. You can wear these crystals. You can place them in your money centers and your money places. But you have to understand that the intention is that you are now in alignment with the divine source that allows you to be the center of the universe. It is all about you. You are the creator of your reality. Nothing exists. You cannot see it until you perceive it. All right, I'm going to wrap up for today, but today's podcast has been one that is going to hopefully change your mind about working with crystals, given their profound impact and the critical roles in various high-tech industries. Why are we not embracing crystals in our personal and our spiritual realm? It's not just about belief and harnessing the same attributes that make them invaluable to technology. In technology, they use it for stability. They use it for precision, and they use it to transform. So why wouldn't we leverage the same properties that drive technological advancements to enhance our personal lives? Makes no sense. This approach not only aligns with science, the scientific use of these crystals, brothers and sisters, he, she, they, them, however you identify, but also enriches our personal endeavors with a proven track record of success and functionality in the broader world. You and I are merely tapping into it, barely tapping into it. And don't forget to wear them. Don't forget to wear them, because nothing screams, I'm subtly sophisticated, like accessorizing with minerals that might actually pay our bills. Remember, guys, if crystals are smart enough for our tech and to zap our kidney stones, maybe, just maybe, they can also bring a little bling into our bank accounts. So why not use them? It's not just spiritual, it's technological. Embrace the sparkle, embrace the science, and now it's time for you to get out there and manifest your miracles. Grab your crystal, listen to this podcast over and over and over again, sign up for my newsletter, and for God's sake, sign up for one of my classes. Now, as we close out, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything, everything, everything. And until you hit play on my next podcast episode, I hope you are filling your life with crystals and joy and happiness and life and love. And I love you, 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 I love you. Producers, cue that motherfucking music. Thanks for listening to this episode of Manifesting Miracles. Now it's time for you to take action. I invite you to hang out with me just a little bit more by signing up for my newsletter. You'll get instant exclusive access to the practices that will chart your own path to abundance. And yes, spark that highest version of you. Head to the show notes right now so you don't miss a thing. Now listen, I fucking believe in you. And it's now time for you to win, win, win! Yes! Yes!